Coming to you live from the JRE Tobacco Aladino Mobile Studios, it's the Cigar Pulpit.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another sermon from the Cigar Pulpit. I'm the Bishop of the Burn, and with me, finally,
back.
He's back.
Back in the saddle, baby.
Well, who the hell are you?
What's that? I'm Gator.
Okay, that's what
they know who Gator is.
What I was teeing up there. Anyway, and today is Listener Interaction Tuesday for September, and joining us via FaceTime, we have our buddy, MySticks35mm, or Luke. How are you, Luke?
I'm doing great, guys. How you guys doing?
Doing good.
Doing good.
Luke's, the first thing Luke said to us was that, don't pay attention to the little light show going on in the bottom right corner of his screen because it's from some cracks and whatnot. And I pointed out that I thought it looked really appropriate because it's like the Northern Lights.
Yes.
Since he's coming to us from, what did you call it? Canada's Florida?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, very, very southern part of southern tip of Canada.
Florida's the United States penis.
Well, and I'm living on the right of the tip then.
Just to see how it feels.
There you go. Anyway, and today we're going to be smoking a couple of special cigars that Luke sent to us, and so I'd like to start with the note.
Is it a poem?
No, it's a note. It's
okay.
A note. He's always looking forward to Tuesdays and Fridays. Our journalistic qualities, coupled with dangerous and borderline psychotic behaviors, is a perfect mix. In this package, he's included some Smarties. I do believe they are not available in your land. Also included are some cigars from a truly unique boutique brand out of Costa Rica. Please enjoy and feel free to review them. Keep smoky, Luke. So, and then he said, fuck, the Smarties wouldn't fit till next time. LOL. So,
now, if they're the same Smarties, we have Smarties here. Are they the little sugar circles?
Yeah, they're like an M&M without the M on them, basically.
Oh,
they
no.
may be different then.
I would say that's different.
Yeah.
So, okay. So what we've got is we've got a couple things. First of all,
some bamboo.
Jeff
apparently
gets himself one of the MySticks35mm stickers.
Oh, giddy up.
I've got mine.
I've seen these pop up on
the
Instagram.
Front of my travel humidor there.
Yep.
Got mine on
That's
the
awesome.
front of the travel humidor there.
I'm loving it.
So,
Yes.
Mine in the keep box there.
But then we have a couple of things. So first we have my cigar, to which it's labeled, Nick, do not put in Gator's ass.
Thank you for that.
And then there's
tries to put shit in my ass.
Well, then there's your stick, which is labeled Gator.
Do not put in ass.
Because he sent these in these like cardboard, firm cardboard
it's like
tubes.
Something you'd make a firework out of.
I think it's great. I mean, talk about protecting it through the mailing process and everything.
We can have a sword fight.
Oh, geez, that hurts, actually. I did. You caught my knuckle.
God. Oh, my God, they are morons.
I know. You did. You caught my knuckle, man. That's thick. That's a hell of a tube there.
Yeah, it's not like those.
Known this, guys.
Yeah. It's not like those tubes with the paper, the Christmas wrapping paper.
No, I kind of expected more of a, like a thump, kind of
a little give.
Yeah, a little give. No, that's like a full-on thing. So, okay, Luke, why don't you tell me a little bit about the cigars that you sent us here? Assuming you remember.
These guys are Costa Rica. Yeah, they come out of Costa Rica. It's a wife and husband team. Vismark's actually the name of the gentleman, his first name. And they've worked for some big brands. They lived in Nicaragua for some time. They worked for Padron. They've worked for Plasencia, some bigger companies, anyways, and moved back to and or just moved to Costa Rica to open their own business. And they reached out to me to review one, so kind of fell in love with it. And I had some extra ones to send you guys to try them out. They're not too common, so.
Very cool. Well, I need to get mine out of the cellophane.
Oh, yes.
It's a real thing. And unfortunately, I need to turn the camera in such a way so that Luke can actually see this, shit show. Oh, there you go. And then that way he knows.
You know what? I totally I let you down. I should have took the wrapper off first. Sorry about that.
You only let me down. You gave him something to do. Come on.
What?
Seriously?
Got it.
All right.
Now,
Thank you.
Nick had trouble with his, too, because his band came off in his wrapper.
It did. It's
Yep.
Well, the band,
So he was fighting with that before I
I
ever
was trying
started.
to get the band out of there. So okay. So this is the Vismark. Is it Vismark or Bismarck?
Looks like Viz.
Vismark, Victor Viz.
Okay, Vismark Cigars out of Costa Rica. You sent me a Maduro, and it's kind of a slight. I mean, I guess like a Perfecto. You've got like kind of a torpedo tip to it.
We have different cigars.
But,
I see that. Look at that.
But yeah, mine kind of
Interesting.
does that. And then what did you send Jeff here? It's
I don't remember.
It looks like a Connecticut.
The other one yeah, it might have been. I think they call them a smooth, and the other one's called a medium. I think I sent you the smooth.
Okay, yeah, it looks like a Churchill.
It's not quite as long as a Churchill.
I don't know. Here, I'll show you.
I was going to say, why don't you show the guy who sent it?
Yeah, that's a long cigar. It's a 7-inch, isn't it? What's a Churchill?
I mean,
Yeah.
I could.
I was going to say,
It's
that's going
not-
to get awkward on the Zoom if
not
I
a,
go
not
to
a
measuring.
not a banana for scale there, Jeff. We've
Okay,
talked
Luke,
about it on the show before.
You've heard that story, right? Nick and his
banana
banana for
story?
scale. Yes.
I don't recall.
Okay, so we're at a going away party for one of his employees. His entire staff is female, and I'm there for some reason. I don't really know how I interloped and got in on this.
You
but it was
scammed
it
in
was
your
a
way
free
for
meal.
a free meal is what happened.
And we're sitting there, and finally Nick, just out of nowhere, says banana for scale.
Yeah, I don't know what we were talking about, but
And like everyone at the table just like gasps for air. And he's looking at him like, what? What? And I'm like, oh my God, Nick, that means penis. You know?
yeah. I just, for whatever reason, I just thought it was one of those units of measurement that the internet had like strangely adopted, because the internet has very weird tendencies, you know?
Oh my God.
And I thought maybe it was just one of those units of measurement that the internet had adopted, but as it turns out,
The
no.
young girl that was going away, like it was an intern, and like she giggled about that for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got a kick out of you and your banana for scale.
Yeah, it's not metric. I'll tell you that. Here.
All right. So, Jeff, you've gotten yours out of the cellophane.
I
Why don't we go ahead and prepare to cut these
Let's
cigars?
do this.
And the official cutting is brought to you by Dan the Man Ponder over there at Riverman Cigar Company of Crestwood, Missouri. Dan is gearing up. He is doing everything he can to get ready for the big event on Saturday, September 25th.
Yeah, this is going to be a thing.
We've got cigars coming in and getting priced and prepped in the humidors. We've got, Cindy, who's been working on some of the little giveaway items and whatnot that they're prepping. You've got, me apparently scheduling everything under the damn sun for all the people, the listeners coming in, because the demand list on that keeps growing, but that's neither here nor there.
Well, dude, you've bought plane tickets for folks.
I have not.
You have allowed a large number of people to stay at your house.
I have not.
You're buying dinner for everyone on Friday night.
I am not.
You're buying breakfast for everyone on Sunday brunch.
I am not.
This is amazing of you.
I'm not doing any of that stuff.
Yeah. Well, and you're doing that raffle where you're giving away half your humidor. Too.
No, I'm not. No,
That's all.
not happening.
Pretty sure that's all been talked about.
It may have been talked about, but that doesn't mean it's happening. Anyway,
I'll tell you what, I'm missing out, that's for sure.
you are. You need to. I guess travel across the border is still a bit of an issue right now with COVID and everything.
If you were down south, you could just walk over.
It's true. You're in the wrong.
Yeah.
You're in America's hat. You need to be in America's pants, and then you could just cross the border.
Yeah, I can swim the river, I guess, but it's got a hefty current.
It's true.
They found like 4,000 Haitians under a bridge today. We're recording this on Sunday.
Why are we talking about this instead of Dan the Man Ponder over at Riverman
Because he
Cigar
could walk to
Company?
the event if he was down south.
I get that.
There
that.
you go.
But, you just always have to spin this, don't you? God, it was so nice with the guest host. Anyway. But no, seriously, guys, you're going to want to make it.
Oh, wait, we're doing the ad?
Yes, we got the crew from Martinez coming in. There's going to be hand-rolled cigars there and everything. It's going to be a good time. You're not going to want to miss it. On paper, going from noon until 5 that day, but let's be
6.
real. I thought 5.
I think 6.
Whatever, noon till sometime.
Noon to 6.
But what I was about to say is, let's be real. We said that last year, and the party went until God knows when. So
that's true.
It's
the after party.
It's really noon until whenever. So, guys, you're going to want to make it by Riverman Cigar Company on Saturday, September 25th. The only thing I'll say, do remember your lawn chair because seating is extremely limited.
Yes.
So, anyway, with that, it's time that we go ahead and cut the cigar.
That's right.
So, all right. So, I've got this guy. I'm going to give mine.
You going to do a V?
Oh, no, I'm going to do straight
straight?
cut. I'm going to do straight
slant?
cut. I'm going to, you know what? I will slant.
There you go.
I will slant it. All right. So, I've got the cut going. Oh, back from...
Mine's over there somewhere.
Back from the hinterlands and apparently still needs...
mine's over there, but I don't want to knock down your recording
Still
equipment.
needs his cutter. Or my cutter.
There we go. I did a V.
Okay. Well, cold draw time, gentlemen.
Okay.
So now, which one are you smoking, Luke? Are you smoking the same one as Jeff?
No, it's a pretty special occasion for me to be new with you guys, so I don't smoke them too often. It's Partega Lithuania. It's apparently Jordan stick. It's about a 7.5 by 48 Cuban cigar.
Oh, wow.
Ooh,
That's
took it
true.
up a notch. He can get them.
He's up. Well, yeah. Now,
Yeah.
you've been nice enough to send us other cigars in the past. You sent us the twisty cigars. What's the name of that? I'm drawing a blank.
Oh, that's right. That was cool.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, the Culebra.
Culebra. Yep. Yes.
Yeah, that was a rare find. I had a friend of mine who actually flew to Cuba. His mother did, and I had her go to Havana to pick that up along with some other stuff. And that made its way.
We immediately destroyed that contraband.
As you should. I believe there is some Cuban tobacco in those. So
We as journalists are allowed to have some Cuban cigars. It's a whole thing.
Wait, did you say you believe there's some Cuban tobacco in these as well?
yes, he's got some people that sell him Cuban tobacco. So he told me some of them have Cuban, kind of rare. Most
Interesting.
Cubans are pure, right?
All right. Well, now this Maduro, I'm getting a little hints of chocolate and a floral kind of component to it. It's sweet. It's got a little hint of chocolate and the floral component to it.
Still
I
processing.
like it. It's good. Well, while you're processing, I'm going to light up.
Wait, you got to do the cold retro.
No, I don't.
We have a guest. Luke's on.
We
Come
haven't
on.
done the cold retro.
I gotta say, I'm a huge believer, man.
Oh,
God
see?
damn it.
There you
Cold
go.
retro thing. Sorry,
Thumbs up.
I don't know if you deserve the copyright for it, but
We've been
it's a real thing.
we have managed to go like nearly 2 weeks without the cold retro on this show.
I
You
haven't
realize
been
that?
on.
I was going to say, you realize that? It's been nice. Can just get right into the cigar.
This one has a little, like, on the finish of the palate, it's got a little bit of cinnamon flavor to it.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's really, I don't want to say dentine gum. It's not that strong, not that in your face, but there's just that little hint of cinnamon. Yeah, very nice.
Your stupid cold retro, I still get the floral component, so there, whatever.
Okay.
All right. I'm firing mine up.
Yeah, my cold retro still got the cinnamon, so interesting.
Well, this is just an honor, boys. Lighting up with you guys.
I really appreciate you taking time out, especially since, admittedly, I did keep you waiting. I kind of passed out.
What day is it there?
Oh my God, dude! He's just north of us.
Is he over the date line?
Jeff doesn't understand time zones, date lines, things of that nature. It's like, every time I tell him, like, oh, it's whatever this time, or, our time, and he's like, so wait, what does that, like, Greenwich mean, and all that.
I gotta operate in Zulu, brother.
Yeah, we're Eastern Standard here, so it's an hour plus.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes more sense.
That's what I've.
Yeah.
God, I told you that before. Anyway. So Luke, how did you get into cigars? It's the inevitable first question everybody always asks, but it's always interesting to find that out.
I thought about that. Maybe, I guess I was pretty young, just got my license, bought my first truck. And it's like something you couldn't get prior because you weren't an adult. So I just picked up a cigar downtown in a local town nearby and tried it out. I think it was one of those square little villager cigars.
Okay.
Export home, whatever. Yeah. And I just smoke them occasionally, smoking fishing, whatever, with the boys, that kind of thing. I didn't really get seriously into in depth looking at enjoying them until I got much older, I guess. But it's like wine, I guess. When you're a teenager, an adult, or young adult, in wine, you don't really care what it's all about. And then as you get older, you're like take more interest in its notes and characteristics.
Interesting.
You're refining the palate.
Exactly.
Yep.
So then, what do you smoke on the regular now that you are a little older, a little more refined, and can kind of pick and choose what you're smoking?
Yeah, I mean, variety. I do that review once a week, so I just try everything from mild to insane to New World to Cuban to whatever, Yeah. I kind of thrive to find stuff like this Vismark, where just kind of an odd cigar that, off the beaten path, right?
Yeah, definitely. So now that we've lit up, what are first initial impressions?
As far as mine, and I'm going to say it's a shade-grown Connecticut because that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Very nice, very smooth. It's not like smoking air, but it's a very smooth cigar. I'm really digging it so far.
Right on.
Mine's got a real, it's smooth on the smoking experience, in that, it's not a heavy cigar. I mean, it's not mild, but it's mild plus, I'd maybe say.
Yeah.
Just in the very beginning. Look, we're not even a half an inch into this thing. Initial note on the retrohale, I get a coffee kind of flavor or kind of thing to the retrohale. I'm not getting like any sort of spice. It's a really good, nice, mild retrohale to where I could do this all day. This is nice. So.
Well,
retro time?
I got myself coughing, but I did. The retro was really smooth, but like I inhaled it as I started to talk. And
Jeff takes 2 weeks off from the show and suddenly starts smoking like a bitch.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm back to like you now. It's like the days when you couldn't retrohale. No, that retrohale's really, really smooth on this. You wouldn't know it from me, choking on my own smoke, but yeah, this is a good cigar.
Well, good. I'm happy with it.
I've never
so
seen
far.
this before, so I'm guessing this isn't readily available.
I don't
in the
think
States.
this is probably something we're going to get in the States, but
I think they do the States, Canada. I think they're getting a good footing in Europe.
So they are in the States.
Yeah, I believe so. But the quantity isn't there.
Yeah.
They probably don't have receipts and all that kind of stuff. You probably have to just order directly online.
Well, and I would also imagine if there is any sort of Cuban tobacco in the blend on this,
we're not getting that.
We're not getting this blend because everybody's very, very, really hardcore about it. Like, I'll tell a story real quick, and I'm gonna leave the manufacturer out in order to allow it to remain nameless. So I was talking with a shop owner in St. Louis, and I'm also going to leave him, anonymous too, just so that
Dan.
No, it was not Dan.
Okay.
Specifically, I want to say it was not Dan.
So it was Dan.
It was not Dan.
Okay. Wink, wink.
No, it was not Dan.
Oh, it wasn't
son of
Dan.
a bitch.
Okay. Sorry, Luke.
So I was talking with this shop owner in St. Louis.
Dan.
No, it's not Dan.
Okay.
And
I just want to make sure we're clear on that.
He was pointing out that he had received a box of cigars that it's one that they normally carry from a relatively, it's a known manufacturer. It's one that if I said the name, you all would know exactly who I'm talking about.
Perdomo.
Stop it. It's not Perdomo.
J.C. Newman.
It's not J.C. Newman. Stop it. The point is the packaging was different. And so this shop owner reached out to the manufacturer and was like, hey, by the way, was talking about all kinds of different stuff and said, hey, by the way, I really like the new packaging on the blah, blah, blah. And the manufacturer's like, what are you talking about? And he said, well, you've got this different band on it and it's got a different color scheme and whatever. And the manufacturer goes, get that off your shelf right now.
Oh, man.
And he's like, get that off your shelf right now.
Oh,
Stick it away. And he's like, and don't tell anybody you got it. No confirmation. Nobody said anything. But I'm pretty sure he accidentally got shipped a box of
At least Cuban blend
cigars. And by mistake. And
I want to know who it was.
I know, I can tell you every bit of it, but I'm not going to on the cast because, that would be bad. But
That could be bad.
yeah.
Yes.
But anyway, so no, I mean, they're very.
Don't tell me because I'll blurt it out.
Yeah, no, okay, then I won't tell you. You'll never know.
Okay, good. That's probably safest for all of us.
It's probably safest. But no, so they're very meticulous about, the whole Cuban blend thing here in the States. So I would think that if Vismark has any Cuban tobacco within this, more than likely you and I are not going to be experiencing this exact same cigar within the United States. But so far, I'm really happy with it.
I'm digging it.
So
I really like that band with the 3 tobacco leaves on it, too. That's really nice.
Yeah,
I don't know if yours has got
pretty smooth.
Yep.
Yeah, this guy's pretty good. I've contacted him a couple times online. I haven't spoken to him personally, but he seems to know his stuff for sure. I mean, you got to wonder how does the government even know? I mean, there's Cuban tobacco in it, right? Is there some type of
I mean, you've got the FDA and they want to know everything. I mean, I guess if you're being completely honest about it, then you would be telling them, but...
Well, and the thing is, you're not going to put Cuban tobacco in a cigar and not tell people.
Oh, yeah.
True.
I mean,
I mean? That you want to make that a selling point, so yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Which, at some point, if relations ever get normalized, there's going to be a lot to unravel there, because you've got companies with the same names... their New World versus Cuba. I mean, it's going to open up a whole new can of worms, and especially if that god-awful substantial equivalence goes through, you might be able to get Cuban tobacco and not even use it in your cigars.
It's possible.
Yeah, this is a mess.
I've often wondered, like Ortega or you look at Cohiba, are they affiliated whatsoever, or they just kind of took the name away from...
From everything I've been able to figure out and just asking around, no, I don't think there's really any affiliation at all. I think the Cohiba, of Cuba and the Cohiba of America New World, I think are two totally separate entities, joined only by the fact that people knew the name Cohiba, and in the United States, they just kind of co-opted the name and the brand. Same with, Monte Cristo and Romeo and, all the others. I mean, I don't think there's... I don't think there's any real connection between the two.
Yeah.
So...
This could be a whole thing.
It's going to be an issue.
Yeah.
When it all's said and done, I think it's going to be a very confusing web to untangle.
Yeah.
But...
For sure.
Yep. So... Well, interesting. So, Jeff, why don't you tell us a little bit about your trip, man?
Did you miss me at all?
It's been a very quiet week and a half. I'll say that.
I did what I could to fix that today by blowing your phone up.
Yeah, today of all days. Thank you. Anyway.
Sent Nick a lot of gifts and memes.
All right, moving on.
Anyway, I was having a good time today. No, I whirlwind trip, Kansas City to Denver. Went up to Breckenridge up in the mountains. Had a blast. I know I've talked about that.
You lost your phone battery.
I told you when I started I had 9%. So
yeah, and then you told me middle you were at 5%, and
then gone. Yeah.
So, dwindled rapidly.
It's like actually knowing me.
It's
for the
true.
Listeners,
no,
so.
I wasn't joking when I said
always dead.
This is what it's like to deal with Gator on a regular basis. Mm-hmm. Is that you call him at any time and he's like 2%, talk fast. It's like, oh God.
So after the wedding, my cousin got married in Breckenridge, and it was a lovely ceremony, and we had a great dinner. I actually headed out that night and drove back to Hays, Kansas, because I was going to spend a couple of days with my friends in Wichita. So I made it to Hays, and finally about 4 a.m. gave up and stopped and got a hotel room.
Yeah.
And I was starting to think, this is probably not good. I'm getting tired. Finally.
Yeah.
So, and
It's like you're going to hit something or
exactly.
someone. And
yeah, and I don't want to do that.
No.
So I pull over at Hays and stay the night, and I walk in, and the guy at the desk at whatever hotel, I think it was a Best Western. I walk in, and he goes, checkout's at 11. Meaning like you don't have any time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, can you give me a late checkout? No, those are the rules. No. I'm like, okay. So I check in, and by the time I get checked in, it's like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. And they're putting out breakfast, so I went over and ate breakfast and then went to bed.
What is wrong with you?
So I get up in the room. Well, about 9:30, 10 o'clock, I have to get up and, use the facilities. And I just buzzed down at the front desk. I said, can I get a 12 o'clock checkout? Sure. So I just waited for that guy to be gone and asked somebody else.
So when you say use the facilities, you mean...
Had to pee.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And by facilities, I mean the tub.
Gotcha.
Okay. So I was trying to keep it polite for Luke here on the show, but...
Well, now, let's
don't bother.
let's bring this up for a minute. So Luke was kind enough to send you a bidet.
He was.
Yeah, let's talk about the bidet. I think we should talk about the bidet.
Yeah, I'm a little scared to try to hook it up.
I see. Go on.
I know the minute I unhook something, I'm going to cause a leak, and then I'm going to be out a bunch of money because, Kristen's not going to be very forgiving about me causing a leak in the bathroom, and then I'm going to have to pay to get it fixed. I'm scared to hook it up. I admit it.
I see. I mean,
I don't have my plumber's journeyman license.
Yeah, when the border, these are threaded fittings. It's not like you're going to hit solder gun too much here. But if you want, I'd be more than happy when the border does open and we have a stogie one day. I can hook that up for you, no problem. But
I will take that. I will take that plumbing help. I will do that.
I just need you to wash your sink heavily before I go in there.
Yes. Well, and if there are any union plumbers listening to us, just please ignore that. Anyway, I don't want the big rat out in front of the house.
Oh, I think that'd be even better. That'd be even better.
Get picketed. Yeah. That's why I'm not giving up my address. So
he's also concerned regarding the temperature of the water.
Yeah, I don't have a hot water line that's running to the toilet, and if I did, I'd be concerned because I don't want to scald my ass. But I also don't want to. I'm not sure I want to spritz, cold water up there either. Maybe
you'll
something in, like warm range.
Yeah, you'll need a Y connection.
Yes,
or something like that.
You'll need know how to do that. Yeah,
I bought you the base model. I'll be honest with you.
It's what you should. I mean,
now I've used it a couple of times.
You shouldn't have bought him any. What?
I've hooked it up to the hose outlet out here and just pooped in the bucket, but I haven't used it in the house yet.
Oh my god.
Well, as long as it's being used,
Yeah. I've hooked it up to the hose here, to the faucet.
Okay.
Yeah. It works. I mean, I wanted to check it out.
All right. Well, okay.
The weird thing is I sprayed it probably a little longer than I should have, but I was enjoying it.
That is weird.
Yeah.
Well, see, dude, it's cold water that comes out of the faucet out back.
Yeah, but it was a hot day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
That hot hose water, man.
I know. No, you got to watch that. Like when I was a kid, man, you'll scald yourself on one of those old vinyl hoses.
Mm-hmm.
Turn that thing on and just blisteringly hot water comes shooting out the other end.
That'll do it. So
the offer's there, man.
There you go. I may take you up on it.
Yeah, we'll Jimmy rig something up.
All right. Well, see, a plan is coming together.
So up in Canada, do you guys just sit around and watch? What is that show that we like?
Letterkenny.
Yeah, Letterkenny. Are you guys just sitting around watching Letterkenny 24/7?
You know what? I got 3 kids, so I don't watch TV too much. But I have watched them a couple times. They're friggin' hilarious.
They really are. Oh, it's kind of like watching Ridiculousness here. That's the only thing that's on MTV anymore.
Yeah, there's another one out east. I'm from there originally, out in Nova Scotia. Trailer Park Boys. Have you guys watched that at all?
Oh, yes.
Yes. That's where the one meme comes from.
Yeah.
Something's fucky.
Yep.
Yeah, I've watched that a bunch, but the Letterkenny guys, they're hilarious.
Interesting.
But,
So, I don't know. I don't have a question. I thought I had a question. But I
You
don't
know
have a
that
question.
Pam Anderson's Canadian.
What?
That Pam Anderson's Canadian.
Sorry about that. Except for Baywatch.
I was saying,
I'll be ready.
Jeff's not sorry about that. He watches a whole lot of Baywatch.
I do, because it's on Pluto, and they have their own channel. It's just Baywatch 24/7.
Wow.
I was a big fan of Yasmin Bleeth.
This is what Jeff does with his time. Guys, have you missed Gator? Have you all missed Gator? All that great.
I speak from all the listeners right here. We definitely did.
Oh,
I mean, we had
Nothing against you, sir. Nothing against you, sir.
we had all that great cigar talk and everything going on, and and now we're talking about Yasmin Bleeth.
I bet she hadn't been talked about for a few weeks.
It's true.
Yeah, you got to give her.
You knew that.
You got to give Yasmin her due.
Is she Canadian or American?
You know, I hate to say this, I do not know her immigration status.
It's not like you have a supercomputer sitting literally right in
That's
front
true.
of you. In the
I could look it
palm
up.
of your hand. Not that it really, I mean,
That guy from Austin Powers was Canadian.
yes, because that narrows it down.
Austin Powers.
Mike Myers?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's Canadian.
We tend to send you. We send you a lot of comedians for some reason.
You really do. That's actually true.
Hey, we just lost Norm MacDonald.
Yeah,
He
I'm
was
bummed
hilarious.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one stung. Not quite as bad as Phil Hartman. I'm still not over Phil Hartman.
Well, okay, so what happened to the two of them are far different circumstances.
True.
You know, I mean, Norm at least lived his life, and, you know, yes, he had a dreaded disease that to his credit, he kind of kept all that to
He
himself.
did. And you know what? He has. I mean, good for him.
Yep.
Nobody needs to know that.
Phil Hartman was stolen from us.
He was.
So I agree with you on that.
Yeah, he disappeared, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, why don't we go ahead and, unless anybody has anything specific that they wish to jump onto, why don't we go ahead and get into some Ask the Boys?
Let's do it.
Awesome.
All right.
Shall we play a game?
You talking to me? I have a question for you.
You gotta ask me nicely.
Ask me about my winner!
You got a question? You ask the 8-ball.
Come on, sucker. Let's get it on.
So, all right, guys, it's that time for Ask the Boys this week, and we need your questions. So give us a call at area code 863-874-0000, and we can get your questions featured on the show. So, the first call this week, I can tell you right now, guys, one person called, looks like about 4 times in a row. So we've got 4 messages from whoever this is. And so what I'm probably going to do is play the first one so we can identify the caller and maybe see what the situation is. And we'll just kind of work our way through these.
Okay.
And go from there. So here is our first caller.
Hey boys, this is Big Polka, aka Christian calling from Connecticut. I have a little question here. Maybe some clarity on some of the confusion with Gator here. The Gator's proposing to once a week because he has obligations and places to be, which is understandable. But to my knowledge, isn't the JRE Tobacco Aladino mobile studio mobile? Does that mean that maybe the studio can follow Gator other than his ex's deck? Just a thought. Maybe a concern. Let me know what you guys think. Stay safe and stay smoky, guys.
You want me to speak to this?
Christian brings up a valid point.
He does, and I'm going to address it.
Okay.
The problem is, and Luke, I'm going to say this right in front of you and all the listeners. So, Nick, I have proposed to do the show over the phone with Nick, and he's told me no, but he'll have co-hosts do it over the phone and not blink an eye. That's the problem
out
with
of
the mobile in the mobile studio.
Out of full necessity, not preference. I much preferred.
What does any of that mean?
I much preferred sitting down with Pinky and with Christopher than going by phone with Broccoli Rob. I love Broccoli Rob, but I'm sure even
what do you get against Brock?
I'm sure even he would agree that it would probably be nicer to sit and do it in person than to do it over the phone.
But wouldn't it be better to have 2 a week and maybe one of them on the phone than only have 1 a week?
But what I will say to that is you bring that up, but it's kind of a cop-out because you still have other things that you're bitching about, though, too.
I mean, I'm always bitching. You know me.
I know you.
Yeah.
So.
Sorry, Luke, we had to air our dirty laundry in front of you.
No, that's okay, man. You kind of did it anyways. I mean, you were reporting. Where were you reporting from there? From, was it Kansas City?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I would say Kansas City, Colorado.
Yeah.
I like your reporter's voice, by the way. It's pretty serious.
And I'd like to point out, what happened when we did it by phone?
Oh, my phone died.
So
Not both times.
I mean,
that would have been obnoxious.
I'm just saying, let's be real. That's 50% of the time, So
well, let's be honest. That was partially for the skit.
No. Anyway,
I didn't charge it on purpose.
You
didn't know it,
but we would run into that. We would run into that problem at least at one point or another.
Likely.
Yeah.
Likely.
And then I got to carry the thing on my back fully. I mean, I already carry 90% of it on my back already.
You do your part. You do other people's parts.
I just don't know if I want to be trapped into that because suddenly all I hear is teet, 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 and it's like, line is dead.
I'm getting caught up in a lot of drama here. I can feel it.
Oh, dude.
A lot of animosities here.
Look, Nick.
God damn it.
Well.
Thanks.
This is what he bleeps all the time on the show.
Now I got to freaking beat that. Thanks.
That was insider stuff. I'll keep it low key. Insider stuff.
Why don't we get to the next call here from obviously our boy Christian.
Hey boys, it's Big Polka calling in again. Really putting that work in for you guys for Ask the Boys. Have a random question for you guys. This is a would you rather. Now this goes out to you both. Would you rather walk in on your dad fucking a dog, or would you rather walk in on your dad being fucked by a dog? Which would you two prefer? As always, stay safe and stay smoky.
Okay, so Luke, we're going to let you field that one.
What's the version of the version of pleading the fifth?
Well, so you also have the Adam Protocol.
You do.
Yeah.
Everybody's made fun of us for implementing the Adam Protocol, but
there's a reason.
Let's be real. It's moments like this that suddenly you're put on the spot and you have to decide which would you prefer seeing.
Well,
your dad fucking or getting fucked by a dog.
Yeah, so because my dad most likely will listen to this because I'm pretty pumped about being on the show. Adam Protocol?
Adam Protocol!
Yeah, Adam Protocol.
We've got the Adam Protocol.
Red alert.
All right.
That was a huge code, Adam. I mean, that question.
Yeah, that one, especially if your dad's going to listen. I mean, I have that problem all the time. It's like all this wretched stuff comes up, and I keep telling Jeff, I'm like, dude, my dad listens to this show, and he just does not care. And so, no, I get it. I totally get it where you're coming from. So, okay. Well, since the Adam Protocol has been put into effect, you and I are off the hook too, Jeff.
Yay. Hey! Thanks, Luke.
All right.
You're welcome.
Last question here from Christian.
Hey again, guys. It's Big Polka, a.k.a. Christian, calling in again for Ask the Boys here. I'm really asking you guys a lot of questions this week. Another question for the both of you guys. Who do you guys think is wrongfully portrayed as a hero? I'm going to take this one fictionally. In my opinion, it's going to be Peter Pan. Just think about it. He's pretty much a child molester that flies around and just grabs kids and takes them into Never Never Land, and he cut off the hand of Captain Hook, fed it to a crocodile. doesn't sound like a great guy. And on top of that, boys, really procrastinating here and struggling with studying for a state licensing exam, and could use some helpful tips on how to study and be more proactive and focused, other than bombarding you guys with Ask the Boys questions. And on a final note, Nick, can I get a 1099 for all these questions I've been putting in? Let me know about that. Thanks again, boys, and as always, stay safe and stay smoky.
You're going to have to put out a host of those 1099s.
There's no 1099 coming for these. So, okay. First of all, where in the hell in the story did Peter Pan molest a child?
Yeah, I thought Peter Pan was a kid.
I mean, he may have been like, luring kids to Never Neverland and like keeping them young and everything like that. But where in the story did he actually molest one of the Lost Boys? I'm a little lost on that point.
Luke,
yeah, I don't recall. I don't recall at all.
No.
It's mostly Disney product. No.
I mean, well, it was a story prior to Disney, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely been Disney-fied.
Maybe he knows more than we do. Those Disney-fied stories have really toned down a lot of what went on in those like fairy tale books.
Maybe, but I don't know. I would imagine it'd be more the fact they're passing Tinkerbell around
because
a party favor.
Well, dwarves weren't leaving Sleeping Beauty alone, if you know what I mean.
The dwarves were hanging with Snow White.
Wasn't that Sleeping Beauty?
No, Sleeping Beauty had the three fairy ladies. The 7 dwarves were hanging with Snow White.
But she was sleeping too.
After she ate the apple.
Yeah, and they weren't leaving her alone.
But it wasn't Sleeping Beauty.
Okay.
I get what you're trying to spin this to make this to where you
Aren't they the same story?
No, they're not the same story.
Really?
Totally different.
Yeah, they were banging her. That's what I'm saying.
It's gross, Jeff.
It is.
It's gross.
I mean, those dwarves, God, they're out of control.
They
left that
miners,
out,
right? Like they live under the earth. They mine for jewels and whatnot. They're very
bake
they're pretty
cookies and
horny.
trees. Yeah.
That's now you're mixing it up good.
I was gonna say he just cannot keep his elves straight, or not even elves, dwarves. I mean, you can't keep anything straight here.
Wasn't Peter Pan? Peter Pan was like written something about explain childhood death or like coping with childhood death or something.
Maybe.
So I remember
God.
Some of your Googles might search up there, but something revolving around that.
Okay, hold on.
Jeff's hitting the Googles. In the meantime, as for study tips for Christian and his state exam,
Ginkgo biloba.
My advice to you, buddy: C's get degrees. Just do the best you can.
Nice.
I would say, narcotics. Anything that would keep you up at night.
You know what?
Cocaine product.
I like this.
Something. Coffee. How about coffee?
That's better than cocaine. I mean,
I should have went backwards.
More legal.
Went backwards in that.
More legal than cocaine, but I mean, I don't know. I mean,
it's illegal there.
Cocaine?
Yeah, not in.
not in Hollywood.
Yeah, I was going to say not out in Portland.
Well, that's true. Depending upon what state you're in, I guess technically you've got immunity depending on whatever. But yeah,
true.
So
let's see here.
It's
okay, so what am I looking up? I guess
University of Portland. It is.
Peter Pan. What was the like theme, or what was the kind of
Peter Pan origins
overall theme of the original Peter Pan story?
Okay, so the original story,
and not the peanut butter.
Okay, in the original story, and this is blackpoolgrand.co.uk. I'm going to go with that. It's the first thing that popped up. So Peter is the villain. Oh my God, kidnapping young children from their bed. He's right.
Okay.
The Little White Bird is a semi-autobiographical tale, considered to be thinly veiled novel by George Llewyn Davies, one of the boys who inspired Barry's Lost Boys. Huh.
Well,
he was kidnapping children. But that's not how the Disney movie played it.
Well, no.
That's what I'm saying. They changed those stories up a lot. So I have a little more on this. So this is historybytheday.com. The original story was written by a man, J.M. Barrie, who had an unsettling obsession with young boys. The author was 6 years old when he lost his 13-year-old brother, so Luke, you were right here, and he couldn't cope with the trauma. He couldn't grasp the idea that he would continue to grow and his brother wouldn't, and that's basically where the story came from.
Okay.
So they went into Neverland where they never grew up, they just stayed the same age. That makes sense.
Can we agree with number or the B? Can we agree with the second one?
I'm going to go with the second one.
The second.
I'd much prefer Luke's theory about the not coping with death than child molestation.
It's a mix of both. The way it reads, yeah, interesting. I'll be honest, that's the first I've ever realized that. Now, I will tell you, he wants to know a hero, a fictional hero that isn't a hero. I'm going to name one, and I think Nick and I may come to blows over this, Luke, so you may get to watch us have a throwdown. Star-Lord.
Can't wait.
Star-Lord.
No, I'll give you that.
Star-Lord messed it up. They almost had the gauntlet off of Thanos, and he started punching Thanos, and he shook the girl with the tentacles loose that had him in the trance.
Well, now, okay, here's my thing. You haven't been watching What If on Disney Plus.
No, but there would have never been the snap if they'd gotten the gauntlet off of him at that point.
To which my point is, if Doctor Strange would have made one of those little portal things
and just cut his head off
around either Thanos' head or his hand,
yeah,
he could have just taken care of it.
Yeah, just thrown the gauntlet into a whole nother.
I blame Doctor Strange.
Okay,
there's
a lot of blame to go around with the Avengers.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. But that was,
in hindsight,
that was nerdy. That was incredibly nerdy, Jeff. That was nerdy. I don't know. Anyway, but no. Do you have any study tips for Christian?
Ginkgo biloba. And ginseng.
Ginkgo biloba.
Yeah. Use some things that are good for the memory. Ginseng's really good for
mnemonic devices.
Thanks, Michael Scott.
He can make a mnemonic device about whatever he's,
baldy.
Exactly. Just saying. Anyway,
that was a good office reference. I'm proud of you.
So, okay, moving on to the next question here.
Nick. Gator. What's up? This is Frank from Jersey. My question is, with the new Matrix film coming out, would you take the red pill or the blue pill? I would take the blue pill. I do not want to miss out on my cigars, whiskey, and steak. Quick question. That's it. That's all I got. Maybe I'll have more. Who knows? Maybe I'll call back. Who knows? Stay smoky.
Well, thanks, Frank. And I don't know. For me, that's an easy one. I'm blue pill all the way. I don't need to know what's on the other side of the Matrix.
Yeah. So Sarah, was the blue pill wakes you up? So the red pill wakes you up.
The red pill, I think, wakes you up. The blue pill keeps you in the Matrix there.
That's a tough one. I mean, when he said cigar, there's a good chance if you wake up, they're gonna roll stogies, that's for sure. Yeah, I'd stay asleep. Blue pill.
That's my thing. Jeff,
red pill.
I knew you would. I just, you know what?
I want to get in the fight.
No, I'm kind of like, I'm perfectly happy in my own little bliss. I don't need to know.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. So, perfect garden, everything you wanted to do. You could be naked all day long, or you again open it up and there's no gardens to be had. There'd be naked you for sure, but just with guns and karate fights.
Well, and naked in the cave system, because don't they have the big rave party in the cave or whatever? Which one was that? Was that Matrix 2 or 3?
I have no idea. I've never watched them.
I've only seen the sequels once.
I saw the first.
First one is really good. The sequels I thought were kind of subpar, but
there's something to be said for
scared of the new one. I'll be honest with you.
You're scared of it?
I just the first one is kind of a masterpiece of
I know.
of a movie.
Morpheus. I know. Well, and that's the problem with Hollywood, man. They keep going back to the same old stuff instead of... I mean, The Matrix was an original idea, an original property that came out and everything. I mean, it all starts somewhere. And then, now they've milked it to death with... Well, there was the Animatrix, the anime thing that they did, and then there were the 2 sequels and all that. So, I mean, it's like...
Not unlike what Marvel and Star Trek are doing. with the animated series milking it.
There's an argument to be made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
now, Jeff, I gotta ask you this, Jeff. Since you're a huge Back to the Future fan, how about that Screams remake? You know, maybe in a modern twist, or even number 4, little cameo appearance.
I don't know. I don't like that idea.
The problem is, and I still stand by this, they did not stand the test of time.
You're just wrong.
Those movies
I tested that recently. I tested it recently with we rented a cottage up in northern Ontario here, and pretty secluded, and brought a couple of movies up with us, and one of which being Back to the Future, and even my wife who had never seen it before, my son, they were blown away. They loved it. I mean, there's the whole, obviously the 80s / Back to the 50s reference, but it'd be cool to do one maybe 80s to 2020, that kind of thing.
Yeah, but then it's just Doc Brown running around with a mask on, telling everybody to vaccinate. I mean,
Great Scott.
Who wants to see that?
Don't go to 2020.
All right. Well, was there anything else we needed to cover out of that question? We all answered.
I think we all answered.
2 blue pills to a red pill.
Yep.
I think that was how that went down.
Although the garden does sound nice.
I mean,
I don't know. There's something to be said for the blue pill there.
All right. So before we move on, I think before we move on, let's talk about the Vismark cigars here, the Maduro. I'm down. I'm in the kind of bulbousy part of the Figurado here.
Yeah.
And dude, I'll tell you what. It's maintained. It's kind of mild plus medium, light medium kind of body to it. Flavor wise, it's been really good. Kind of a little bit of floral, a little bit of earthy, a little bit of chocolatey. I haven't done a retrohale in a little bit. Draw on it's been really good. The ash, man, this ash holds on super tight.
Yep.
What have you been getting on yours?
This, and like I said, it was a shade-grown Connecticut. It was we determined we don't think it was a Churchill, but it is a longer cigar, and it's smoking like a champ. I'm maybe halfway through, and I've really been enjoying this cigar.
I'd say there might be just a light hint of pepper that has just crept into the retrohale. This further up on the cigar there, it's not quite as just coffee. It's not the coffee kind of thing going on before.
Yeah.
What happened to you on this trip, man?
Okay, I can explain this. And I've bitched about it on the last 2 shows, but it was being up in the mountains. Like, I couldn't get air. I had no idea. I know, but I'm still having...
You're in the fruited plains.
I got my can of Boost Air in the house. I probably should go get it. That's an amazing little invention, by the way. Have you ever heard of that before?
No,
I brought it up to you?
I can't say as I have.
So all over in Colorado, they sell these cans of air called Boost, and it's just like you're buying an empty can because there's no weight to it, but of course it's filled with air. And that thing saved my life a couple of times.
Okay.
Because, did very little bit of hiking. But if I hadn't had that with me, well, yeah, I was in Colorado. Man.
If you'd have done some hiking here, you might have done better there. That's all I'm saying.
It's fat crack. It's fat crack. Pot calling the kettle fat.
I'm just saying. Well, I'm not the one going up to the mountains.
That's true. I was at one point. I was at 10,000 feet.
Good God.
Yeah, it was amazing. The views were beautiful. The landscape, the trees were starting to turn. I mean, not the cedars and pines, but there were trees that were starting to turn. It was just really majestic, really beautiful. And like I said, if I hadn't bought a couple of cans of that Boost Air, I'd have been in real trouble.
All right, then.
I didn't even know they were a thing till I got there.
So, Luke, what are you getting on your you have a Partagas, you said?
Yes. Just medium stick. It's creamy. It's give it another go here.
And what are you drinking over?
Mild. What am I drinking? Yeah. My father-in-law is a Italian. He immigrated from Italy, so we make wine every year.
Oh, very cool.
Oh, nice.
I've done that a couple of times. It's very integral.
Yeah, it's from grapes, so it's not from eventually you get to the juice part, but you start off with the grape and then go from there. But this stick's good. I mean, I not that I don't like Cubans. I don't like kind of smoking them because of what's going on down there. I don't want to feed the fire, if you know what I mean.
I totally get it.
Yeah, I get that.
but I, it was just kind of a special occasion here, so I went and splurged. But it's got some baker's notes. It's a smooth, creamy, medium cigar. I'm going through it pretty fast, probably because I might be a little nervous being with you guys, but yeah, the wine thing is cool, man. The wine thing is cool.
I've made blackberry, and I've made blueberry, and okay, so I don't know if you have these trees up there, but we have sassafras trees in southern Illinois. And when you dig the roots, like in the winter, you can make tea out of it. And I actually boiled a bunch of the roots down and made sassafras wine, and it was almost like a root beer wine. It was really cool.
Yeah, we do have the area we're in here is called the Carolinian, as far as the woods are concerned. But we do have sassafras. I use it a lot. I make filet powder and stuff. And I've never used the roots, but I'll check into that for sure, man. That's a good idea. We do have them.
Yeah, you should try that. There's a red and a white sassafras. The red makes better tea. But you boil the roots up. I usually boil them once and kind of drain it off, and that gets all the dirt and impurities out. And then it'll make this almost like a burgundy tea that you drink, and it's real spicy. It's really interesting. But I grew up drinking it, and my grandma introduced me to it, and been doing it ever since.
Awesome. And speaking of teas, obviously I live in a cross-border town. As a kid, you guys mentioned unsweetened tea all the time.
Yep.
As a kid going over in Detroit, we'd go. My mom would throw me in the car. We'd go fuel up because it's a fraction of the cost. Fill up the old Dodge, and we'd always end up at a fast food joint or something, and I'd always order iced tea. And I loved it, man. I loved like natural iced tea, or like just natural tea, cold tea.
Yep.
So good, man. And I got to try that the one you recommended, a Brewed in the Sun.
Oh, the sun tea.
Oh, the sun tea works great. Yeah, I'll do that out here on the deck, and basically you just get like a gallon, like mason jar, which I've got those growing up on the farm. They're all over the place, and you just put 6 or 8 tea bags in it, put the lid back on it. I'll even throw some mint, or other herbs out of the garden in there, and just let it kind of do its thing, and let the sun's thermal rays take care of it and brew it up.
Have you ever? I got to ask you this though. Have you ever mistakenly drank one of these, mason jar teas, and it ended up being your urine from the back porch?
No, but I have the jug right here.
Oh God, no! Don't! No! Oh my!
You're a liar.
No, I swear to God, dude. No.
You're lying to me.
No. Oh God.
There's another one.
Oh God.
This is not happening.
No, it's true, man. That he's got.
Did I slosh them on you? Sorry, Nick.
You've got what? Is that a third one too?
Yeah.
He's got 3 of them back here.
I use it in my compost. Yeah.
I'm never crossing your state lines again.
Dude, everyone thinks that he's joking, but hand to God, it's really.
Why would I joke about that?
It's real.
Listen, the color of that, man, you gotta your water intake increased dramatically.
That's what I'm saying. That's the problem. He is showing.
You want to smell it?
No, dude, you were super unhealthy. You were so beyond dehydrated. It's not even funny. That the first time I came out here, Luke, I was like, why is there a jug of apple juice out here? Or apple cider. And he's like, that's not
a swig.
He's like, that's not apple cider. And then he tells me what it is, and I'm like, dude, you need to go to a doctor. That's not
that's thick. That's thick. Yeah, it's like chainsaw oil thick,
It's true. It's not good. God. You're really sick, man.
I don't feel so good. I do not feel good here.
No. Imagine being less than 6 feet away from it. You know, it's unsettling.
Hey, it gets rid of the moles.
God, dude, yeah, you need to see a doctor. But anyway, all right, well, we'll move on to another question here.
Gentlemen, this is Kingston, cop from Wyoming. I will try and enunciate better this time, so bear with me. I do have a question. A friend of mine at work gave me a Cuban cigar. It's a Cohiba. My question about that one is, I've only started smoking cigars about 6 months ago. Still trying to develop my palate, obviously. What should I expect out of a Cuban that's so different? And should I wait a little bit longer until my palate's more developed and I'm a more mature person? Second part of this was going to be, I've been looking at tickets and whatnot for the Riverman event. It's going to be a little pricey, but I got everything in my cart. Probably a couple grand by the time I rent the car and get the flight and all that. I like to fly first class, obviously. But before I pull the trigger, I just want to make sure, Nick, if you don't mind calling me back with a place where I can send my receipt so you can reimburse me for all that. And I do appreciate you letting everyone stay at your place. That's so kind. We've never met, obviously, but it's going to be a great pleasure to meet you. But again, just send me give me your phone number, maybe give me a call back, and I'll just send those receipts to you, and you can get those paid for. That'd be great. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's just a long way. I've never been to a cigar lounge, living in Wyoming. So it'll be my first time. And again, can't say thank you enough, Nick, for being willing to purchase such a large ticket item. I am willing to fly business class if that's kind of a make or break for you. But yeah, stay smoky. Thanks for answering all my questions, and have a wonderful afternoon. Bye-bye.
Now, Luke, back me up on this. Wouldn't it just make more sense for Nick to buy the ticket for him?
I'm not doing any of that.
About the receipt.
No, I'm not doing it.
I'm blown away. I'm just blown away at, this is like amazing. You know what? There is a loophole. I can make it there, from Canada, but I got to fly out of Canada and do a bunch of couple 72-hour tests, whatever. So this is happening. It's happening, man. I appreciate it.
I'm not paying for flights. I don't have the money for this.
Flyer miles you're going to accumulate.
I get it, but I don't have the money for this. You people, you don't seem to understand. All right, so
the generosity of the man sitting next to me is unparalleled.
I like the actual question that we need to address, and I like the fact that it came up now when we have Luke on the line.
That's true.
Who actually can smoke Cubans and is smoking a Cuban.
Can I jump in and say something first? Mm-hmm. And Luke may not have to worry about this in Canada. There's a good chance that that's a counterfeit cigar, depending on where he bought it.
It's possible. But
I have one that a dear friend of mine got me on a trip that she took to Mexico. It's a counterfeit. I can tell you by looking at the band, it's a counterfeit. So I might have a good cigar aficionado really look that band over well to make sure that it's an actual Cuban band and not a reprint.
Yeah, it's a toughie, man. The Cuban world, it's a heavily wanted cigar, obviously for embargo reasons. But if you're buying it off the beach, if you're buying it even in the hotel, if you're buying it in Mexico, it's almost a guarantee that. There's even probably cigar shops in Cuba that will not sell you a legitimate. They'll sell you Cuban tobacco, though. Most likely, because they're not going to import tobacco from another country to sell you a fake cigar. But it won't be that what you're looking for, that's for sure.
So okay, though. So assuming that he does have a real Cohiba,
I would get it legitimized by someone that knows.
I get that,
yeah.
but
and nothing against your friend. It's very hard to find real ones.
But for the sake of conversation here, assuming he has a real Cuban cigar,
yes.
Luke, what sort of things should he be looking for within that cigar? And then in turn, he asked maybe should he wait to smoke it until he has a more refined palate and everything like that?
Oh man, he's very welcome to DM me some photos. I could probably help him that way. But if you look into, a cabinet with Cuban tobacco, they tend to have a very specific color tone and quality to them. Obviously, the band will determine whether or not it's real or fake. But as far as him smoking it as a novice, as he calls himself, join in, man. You gotta, try that out. Part of the palate, man. Just try a Cuban cigar if it is a Cuban cigar, in fact.
A lot of times on Cubans, floral notes? Seems like floral notes on the few that I've had.
Yeah, they do. There is a variety. I compare Cuban cigars to say Nicaraguan and Dominican to if you buy a champagne. From France and the region of Champagne, where there's going to be some fluctuations, but it's champagne. And then there's other countries that make sparkling wines that are called sparkling wines that, kind of like thrown overboard a bit. So like Nicaraguan and New World stuff's very extreme, and almost like craft beers where it's like just like really powerful notes in every direction. Where Cubans are like kind of like they do have a variety of their own, and if you smoke Cubans purely, you're going to see that variety. But if you're just throwing in a Drew Estate in there, or a CEO or Rocky Patel or whatever you're smoking, there's no comparison, right? They're completely on a different flavor note,
Okay.
But to get, and they obviously there's the tremendous expense. Cuban tobacco is very expensive, and the people that make the tobacco and stuff don't see that money. That's for sure.
All right.
Amen. So, Nick and I have been in the room with a bale of Cuban tobacco.
Yeah, they have one down at the J.C. Newman factory.
One pre-embargo bale.
Yep. Yeah.
That's a place I have to go, man.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. I go to Florida once a year with my family, and then I go with my fishing boys. We go down to Naples to do some saltwater fishing. And, man, we got to make that trip. I want to check out Ybor City big time.
Oh, it's wonderful.
It's a great time.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, I guess final recommendation, dude, just light it up. Just smoke it. See what you think of it. And
send me the photo. Send me the band photo.
The band's going to be critical to this.
Well, yeah. I mean, if it's an obvious fake, then
the one that I have in here, and I couldn't bring myself to tell the person that gave it to me.
Yeah,
but I know it's fake by looking at the band and the size of the cigar.
Did they misspell Cohiba?
No, but
it's a Cohibo.
I
got you an authentic Cohibo.
The amount of the little squares on the band, like there's so many lines of squares, that's off. And it's also a larger ring gauge, which I don't believe normally comes out of Cuba.
Yeah, they do have some larger ones, but one of the problems we're having here is that they're wrapping our bands with like a generic brown band.
Yeah,
I was going to ask you about that. Yeah,
that's easily counterfeited. I mean, I could do that in my basement, no problem. And there is a band underneath it at this point. So when you do remove that band, you can see the original band. But if that drops off and it's this pure brown band with a white lettering, you're gonna see some major issues with proving that whether it's counterfeit or not.
Well, and Luke, you mentioned something earlier about they wouldn't bring tobacco in from somewhere else. I contend that I think that's what the thefts in Florida are. I think they're probably taking those cigars and rebanding them as Cubans, maybe fake Cubans or not fake Cubans, and reselling them. I think that's where those cigars are going from Florida that are being stolen.
You have a criminal mind, sir.
That goes without saying.
That's for goddamn sure. So,
hey, you believe it too.
I mean, I don't think it's the Cuban government doing it.
How do we know that?
Well, it's valid, but
I wouldn't trust them for anything.
Okay, well. All right, well, moving on. We got two more questions here, so moving on to the next question.
Afternoon, gents. Barbells and Beers here. Shout out to the parishioners. Got a question for you. What cigar surprisingly exceeded your expectations that you smoked this year? And a follow-up to that is, what cigar surprisingly did not meet your expectations? I got a few hashtags for you from today's episode on Friday, 9/17. Hashtag my bum is numb, since Gator couldn't feel hot water on his butthole. Hashtag golden shower. Hashtag trash Gator. Hashtag congrats Rob, new cigar lounge. Hashtag everybody loves Pinky. We'll talk to y'all soon. Glad to see that Nick is taking care of everyone's expenses at this year's second annual Rivermen Festival.
Or we're calling it Bishop Fest.
So thanks again, Nick. I might have to make the trek up there too. So see if you could flip my flight out there. That would be nice. You guys stay smoky, and Gator, let us know how Teddy's meat is. look forward to your response.
I
Talk
can't
to
wait
you
to
later,
try.
guys. Bye.
Son of a bitch! I'm not paying for everyone's travel to come to this thing. I mean, I can't afford to pay for everyone's travel to this thing. God,
Well, why
anyway.
did you put it out
I
there?
didn't. I never once did.
I'm pretty sure if we go back, it's on the
I'm
tape.
pretty sure I never once did.
I just sealed the deal. Like when I was talking to you guys, I ordered up my tickets. I'm good to go.
God damn it! Now I got international flights.
It's out of Toronto. It should be okay.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, all right. So his question is, what cigar that we smoked this year that actually exceeded our expectations, and which one fell short? In terms of me, for this year, I can't really necessarily say, but the one that comes immediately to mind that exceeded my expectations is the Romeo y Julieta Reserva Real Nicaragua.
Okay.
I've been smoking that thing like a chimney lately.
You bought boxes of those.
I mean, I have bought boxes of those. And yes, I think they technically came out last year, but when I first saw it, I mean, let's be real, it's a Romeo, and it's got a blue band on it and whatever. But holy crap, there's so much to that cigar.
Yeah.
There's so much flavor, so much spice, and Broccoli Rob and I have talked about it, a couple other people and I've talked about it. It's the best Romeo y Julieta that I feel is on the market right now. And I have been smoking it so much. And honestly, it far exceeded my expectations.
You know the one that blew me away?
What?
The Fine and Rare. It's an Alec Bradley, right?
Yeah, but I would hope that one would blow you away.
I thought there was a lot of hype to it, and I didn't think it was going to be that good, and it was probably, to date, the best cigar I've ever smoked in my life.
Okay.
And that's the thing. I went into it thinking, oh, there's no way this is that good. It was that good.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was one of those where I thought it was overhyped, and it was not.
So, Luke, do you have any cigars that exceeded your expectations?
I mean, definitely Aroa. The Aroa next 20 years is called.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
that blew my mind. I had it was Petit Corona, or I think it was a Corona. I think I reviewed it maybe a month ago, 2 months ago. That blew my mind. I was just straight up flavor, perfect cigar, perfect burn.
That's awesome.
Sorry, I was doing a retro hail.
I saw that.
And
careful.
I'm going to be honest.
That spice is lingering on the nostrils there. I'm
going to be honest here, and somebody can put that on their bingo card. I don't really want to dog on anybody's cigar. I can't. There's not one that comes to mind that just shanked it.
No. And that's the thing. I'd have to really be reaching to come to one to answer that.
Somebody just threw something at us here on the deck.
What the hell just dropped on the... Yeah. I was say something just fell. I don't even know what that was. I'd have to really be really stretching to come up with one that didn't meet expectations.
The problem is they're handmade cigars. And let's say that I got one of whatever company, whatever manufacturer, and I happen to get a bad one. I'm not going to go back and get another one, but that doesn't mean those cigars are bad. I just may have gotten a bad cigar.
Well, maybe you should go back and get another one. Maybe the argument is that if you get one that's bad, the first one that's bad, maybe you should go back and get at least one more just to give it another try.
That's not how my mind works.
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
But
Luke, how about you? Anything just jump out that didn't live up to what you wanted?
You read my mind, man. It's not a cigar that I'm not into that. I had an art teacher way back in high school that always said that even if you hate the art piece, there's something to be good to say about it. So, I mean, I don't want to dumb down, like you said, any cigar manufacturer. There's a lot of variances, and if you don't enjoy something, it's canoeing heavy or it's a little overly charred at first. You might have torched it a little too hard or whatever. But yeah, I'd rather concentrate on the mind blowers.
Nope,
I agree.
I think that's fair.
Yep, good point.
So okay, so we've kind of walked away from that last one, but that's all right. It's fine. And I like some of his hashtags.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, apparently you must have really been dogging on me. I need to go back and listen to that episode.
We really weren't.
Okay.
But, I guess you take it that way. So,
well, there's a hashtag now.
I mean, that's what everybody took away from it, so I guess whatever. All right, we got our final question here for this week's Ask the Boys.
Hey, guys, it's Rob. Wanted to congratulate Broccoli on his new adventure here, opening up his own shop, and wish him all the best of luck. And Nick, over the last couple episodes, talking about the Jaguar got me to thinking, would you classify yourself as like a specialty limited release hunter? Like, do you really just go around trying to find all the special limited? If you do, why? If you don't, why not? Love to kind of hear your thoughts about that. And just wanted to give you a heads up. I do have all of my clothing and belongings and humidor packed, so I am all set to move in with you after the Riverman event. I already got my mail forwarded, so just want to say I look forward to my new roommate, and stay safe and stay smoky.
Damn, now they're moving in with me. No,
you shouldn't have put it out there.
I didn't put it out there. Anyway, I wouldn't classify myself as like a limited edition hunter necessarily. If I see one in my travels around to the shops that I go to, then I would consider picking one up just to give it a try. But I wouldn't necessarily say that I am on the hunt specifically for like a limited edition release.
I will tell you, when I was at Diebel's in Kansas City, you've been in that humidor.
Yes.
They have different cigars than we have here in St. Louis.
They do.
And I did go around and look for things that I couldn't get here.
But that's not the same thing as necessarily what he's saying. He's saying that, when a manufacturer puts out 500 boxes of one cigar, are you going around to every shop and being like, I need, do you have this? Do you have this? That kind of thing. It's like, with the Jaguar, I knew Dan was getting some in, so I knew I was going to be able to get access to some. Obviously a couple other places around got it in. And, that's one that, because I encountered it last year and I encountered it readily enough that I was able to pick up multiple of them and try it, I knew it was one that I liked. So it was one that, when it came out this year, I pounced on.
That cigar is also not a hype. That is the real deal.
True. But then there's other ones that come out, let's say, going back to Luke's point earlier about the Aroa, the Hill just recently got in the Aroa PCA exclusive cigar, the one you can only get at the PCA trade show. And, I saw it there, and I won't lie, I thought about picking one up. I still very well may go back and pick one or two up. But at the time, when I was looking at it, I was picking up a few other cigars, and given the price point of that Aroa PCA exclusive, I chose to leave it behind.
Fair enough.
Not because I don't think it's good. I'm sure it's probably a wonderful cigar.
But if you were in Kansas City or in Indianapolis or Chicago or somewhere else and found it, you probably would have bought it thinking you couldn't get it back here.
Well, and also when I'm off on trips like that, I'm a little bit more freewheeling with the cash. It's like I've got my cash reserves built up and everything. So I might have considered it then, but when you go to other locations, you're looking in the humidor for things you don't see on the regular at home. So no, that's valid, but I don't necessarily know if I classify that as like limited edition hunting. It's just one of those things.
Yep.
So
Luke, what do you think there?
We get some limited stuff. My brick. I got to give a shout out to my brick and mortar, Havana Palace. I picked up this Partega there today. But the Jaguar I can't get here. So another shout out to Wolfie 1911, I believe, out of Ohio. Good guy, man. He hooked me up. He sent one down.
Oh, nice.
So I'm gonna review that. Yeah, I mean,
Oh, you haven't smoked it yet.
what's that?
You have not smoked
Yeah,
it
I
yet?
haven't smoked it yet. Not yet. Just waiting to kind of like make sure the humidity's cool on it from traveling. But I mean, yeah, I'm in search for that, but I'm in search of like stuff that's just offbeat, right? Like stuff you can't get, or hard to get, or just isn't on the mainstream, like isn't available to most retailers. So that's kind of like your online. Not online as in big box online, but like online where you have to directly contact them. One guy I contacted with Mavros Cigars. It was a Puro Mexican cigar. Contacted them, tried to get a stick to review, and I ended up getting one. That kind of stuff. I'm just looking for stuff that's just almost unavailable to brick and mortars. Although I do still shop there for sure.
I don't know if you heard the episode a couple weeks back with Geronimo Cigars, but man, you need to look into that. He's down there in Ybor City, and you see if you can get your hands on one of the Geronimo cigars.
Geronimo.
I would love to if you maybe use your powers of the pulpit. Help me out, bud. That'd be awesome.
All right, we can.
Well, when you're staying at his house next week, you can,
I don't have any.
Oh, I thought you had some in the humidor.
No,
Nick. To be honest, I make a mean breakfast, Nick. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I mean, okay, now
you're talking.
If I'm going to end up having all these people trying to crash with me, at least, start telling me like what you're valuable,
what you're bringing to the table.
What you're bringing to the table. Yep. What valuable skills are you bringing to the table here?
Well,
I stop at breakfast, and I might cuddle, like it's going on, but it depends.
We just crossed a creepy line there.
Well, you guys are all going to have to cuddle with as many people in that little house.
Dude, I'm not cuddling with the parishioners.
Be like 4 or 5 to a bed.
Not cuddling with the parishioners. No.
You're taking a loan, buddy. You're taking a big loan.
No joke.
He's writing a check. His ass can't cash. I'll tell you that.
That's for goddamn sure.
So, Luke, just to circle back here as we finish up Ask the Boys. In your local humidor there, and you said it was Havana
Palace.
Havana Palace. So, do they sell the Cuban cigars next to the New World cigars? Are they all mixed together? Do they have them separated? How does that work up there?
They kind of got organized. They do have the Cubans all in one chunk, kind of thing. But on each end is your New World stuff. So you have everything under the sun, everything they provide. Eli, that guy's name's Eli, and his dad, Caesar, super helpful. They also have some house rolls, and some of them are actually Cuban. I believe Caesar goes to the Cuban Cigar Fest every year, except for probably the last couple. And it's just like they try to section them off a little bit. They'll have a section for your daily smokes, your affordable smokes, and then they go into that.
Very cool.
Yeah. I wasn't sure how that worked up there, so that's
cool,
good to know. Because I know in Europe, some of the shops, if they're a Habano shop, they can only sell Cuban, right? Am I wrong there?
But that's like the branded Habano shops. Yeah.
So I didn't know if that was a...
We had a Habano shop in Windsor, Ontario. It's fixing that up, but yeah, they can only sell Cuban there. They're Casa Habano, from Cuba. But I don't know if they're going to open or not. Okay. Whatever.
Interesting. Well, all right. Well, that's been this week's Ask the Boys. You guys can get your questions into us by giving the hotline a call at area code 863-874-0000. All right. Well, as we come back, why don't we give some thoughts on the cigars here? We have the cigars from Vismark Cigars. I have the Maduro, and I am pretty much down to the absolute nub on this thing.
I just finished up on mine.
And I'll tell you what, it's been good all the way through. I have enjoyed it. The retro hell.
Careful now.
I need to hit it with a little bit more fire.
There you go.
In order to get enough.
Yeah, mine got peppery there at the end, but it was a very, very good cigar.
Oh, I'm going to do this without hopefully roasting my fingers.
Yeah. He normally likes me to talk during this point.
Oh, God. That was me.
He warned you.
Oh, God.
Luke told
You know
you.
what? It's amazing to actually see it, though.
Oh,
You know?
God. No, that was me. I didn't think I drew enough to let some smoke out and then retrohale.
Oh.
So I figured I'd just go ahead and retrohale. And when I did, I actually burned the hell out of the top of my mouth with the smoke there. But yeah, no, there's oh man, the pepper intensity did ramp up on the retrohale. Not anything impressive, but
knocked you on your ass.
Well, that was more just me being ignorant. But yeah.
It's a milder Maduro for sure.
It is.
It's a smooth Maduro, yeah.
But it's got the sweetness tones through it. It's got, some floral, some earthy. It was good. I liked it.
Yeah,
it was good.
Cigar.
It was a good cigar. And then you've got your Partega. You keep saying Partega.
Yeah, Partega's been very consistent. Definitely a stronger Cuban, but that's probably due to the length of it. I got about a couple inches left. Loving it. It's
nice.
Good. As far as Cubans go, it's funny because a lot of the Cuban cigars, a lot of stuff that they smoke, like the lower brands, are some of my favorites. And as you get into these expensive sticks, some of them are kind of a disappointment for the cost. But this one is not. That's for sure.
So what does a Cuban cigar run like just out of curiosity, like price point?
They range dramatically. I mean, you can get something for a cigar for $10 Canadian, which is 55 cents US.
Be about right, but yeah.
And I mean, they go all the way. They get crazy. I mean, there's really some odd ones that are hard to get. That's certain brick and mortars have to order probably a lot of cigars to get a box of. You get into like Bajiques, the Cuba Bajiques. You're looking at $120 for sure.
Gosh.
Yeah, but these are they're hard to get. I was in there today at the Vanda Palace, and there was one Bajique left, and it was spoken for, and this guy was going to drive down from probably about an hour drive just to pick it up. They're hard to get, especially legitimate, right?
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, sure. Taxation. You think Dick Durbin's a bastard?
Oh, he's a dick.
Oh yeah, he's a huge dick.
Well, I mean,
what is the tobacco tax up in Cuba up in Canada?
I don't know that offhand. I know that if I cross over, so I've crossed over a couple times, declared some tobacco, and they, sometimes they'll let you through or whatever if you just a couple stogies. But I did ask one day. I said, listen, if I buy $50 in tobacco from the U.S. to Canada, what am I looking at? And it's times two, man. So
wow.
$50. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I like to think the standard of living is pretty sweet, but not like that. They're just gouging us from that perspective.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We got to be careful, otherwise the U.S. is going to end up on that way.
We're headed there.
So
we are an example. We are an example of what's going to happen if you guys don't fight hard, because like you said, with the marijuana, distribution centers popping up everywhere. That's tax. We just had one pop up in our town that is across from a daycare center.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, it's a daycare, and there's some chick with a sign and the pizza sign. They're flipping around.
Yeah.
Buy pot. I mean, you don't really need that. Pizza's it's just an employee that's doing nothing, right? If you're going to buy marijuana, you're just going to go buy marijuana or whatever it is. But they're worried about something that, it doesn't affect teenagers or young adults or anything. It's just premium tobacco. No kid in the world is going to spend, 20, 30, or in some cases, $80 for premium. It's absurd.
Wow, that is crazy. And, unfortunately, that's like you said, it's where we're headed. But see, I think we're headed there. Not so much. I think it's the age-old government tactic of, won't somebody think of the children? In reality, they just want our money.
Yeah.
They know that no kids are going after, premium cigars, but they're going to lump it in because they know that they can get a little bit of money out of the guys that do.
How long in the States have we been saying cigarettes are bad?
Oh, but quite some time.
But they're not illegal.
Yeah.
They want the taxes.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
Yep. Well, everything's a crime until the government can figure out how to do it for themselves, and then it becomes legal.
Yeah.
But it becomes taxed to hell. Look at gambling machines, video gaming machines.
Or marijuana here in Illinois.
And like you said, marijuana and all the states that are carrying that now and everything. Everything's illegal until the government can figure out how to get their hooks into it.
Yep.
And then it just becomes a government program.
Yeah.
But whatever.
You just gotta find people in power that smoke cigars. They won't touch it. So like, why would they, shoot their own foot?
Yeah.
I just think that it's not popular. And
I will say Marco Rubio obviously is on our side, in the Senate there from Florida. I mean, that makes perfect sense because, Florida and cigars.
There are a number of politicians, both Democrat and Republican, from Florida that are on our side.
Well, Joe Manchin has said this isn't a good idea.
Yep.
And, he's been able to save us on a lot of things the past 6-8 months here.
Well, hopefully he can keep that up.
I hope he does.
So, anyway.
I got to say Florida rules. I love going there. Shout out to Benita Smoke Shop out in, I guess that would be in Benita Springs. Those guys are, awesome, man. But the problem, what sucks, could you imagine not being able to smoke in any type of edifice and at all? We have nothing here. Like Havana Smoke Shop would be a great place in Windsor to go have a smoke, socialize, whatever. We can't smoke indoors whatsoever. It doesn't exist.
Wow. Well, and there's a number of towns here in the United States that are starting to pass, municipalities that are starting to pass laws banning smoking within parks. So you can be sitting outside at a table in a park and you can't smoke.
Yeah.
So,
but you can throw up a marijuana lounge anywhere in Illinois you want to right now. Yeah, it's crazy.
But, it's one thing or another. It's always one thing or another.
No, you could just get stupid high in front of children by, what was considered 20 years ago here, basically a narcotic, and do what you got to do, but you can't just have a nice rolled up tobacco leaf and enjoy yourself.
I know. Yeah. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Absolutely crazy.
Well, I want to jump in real quick and say, now coming up on Friday, I think we still have a selection from My Monthly Cigars.
We have the final selection for My Monthly Cigars on Friday's show. And by the way, for Friday's show, you have until end of day today, Tuesday the 21st, to get me your suggestions for segments. We're still doing the contest for the segments. You guys got to email me at nick@cigarpulpit.com, and that's NICK @cigarpulpit.com with your segment suggestions. Please include your name and mailing address in the email so that in case we pick yours, I can mail out prizes and whatnot. But we're just looking for segment ideas, something that we can do on the regular, something that's not too ridiculous and absurd, and everything. And the top 3 are going to receive prize packs of cigars from my humidor. And but we need those by end of day on Tuesday the 21st so that they can be processed and ready for when you and I sit down to record for Friday. And so Friday's show, we're going to go through all those, and we're going to smoke the final selection from My Monthly Cigars.
And Nick, what is My Monthly Cigars?
Well, why don't we just go ahead and let Pinky take care of that?
Okay.
All right.
You actually going to put it in this time?
Yeah, I'll drop it in this time. Why you got to be a dick about that? Forget once, Anyway. This would normally be the time that I give some information about My Monthly Cigars, but I've hired that out this week, so take it away.
My Monthly Cigars is a premium cigar subscription service. It comes in a variety of different size boxes at affordable prices. Use offer code PULPIT and get free shipping on your first box and 20% off any items in the online store at mymonthlycigars.com.
That's offer code PULPIT. Thanks. All right.
Well, thank you, Pinky.
Yeah. Well, there we go. You got to hear Pinky again. There you go.
I love Pinky.
Can I see what she looks like, or do you guys? Is that like? I have an in on this now. I can see a photo of her.
I was going to say, you're on the phone. I mean, or the FaceTime here. We might be able to actually pull that off for you. So, anyway, and then on Tuesday we will have the recap of the second annual Riverman Cigar Company Cigar Festival. There, we'll have all the fun and excitement from that event to show you. That's horrible, Jeff.
Isn't that working?
That's fantastic. I got it. Yep.
There you go.
Confirms everything. We're good. Leave her alone, Jeff. Leave her alone.
She's very, very nice. Yeah, she's good people, so. There you go. You got a little insight.
Awesome.
What?
Been gone for 2 weeks and you're forgetting to tee me up for socials?
Oh, okay, so we're there.
I mean, we just did the MMC, so.
Okay. So, Luke, I'm going to ask Nick here first, but then we'll turn to you. How do folks reach out to us on the socials?
We are available on Instagram at The Cigar Pulpit, as well as at Naked Gator, NEKKID Gator.
That's my page.
Boy, you're just slow on the draw tonight with this, man. You take a little time off, and you just forget how this works.
I'm out of the loop.
We're on Instagram or Facebook, where we have the Cigar Pulpit Parishioners page, which apparently has turned into let's figure out all the different things that Nick can pay for on the 25th. But
there's a lot of love for you on that page.
It's a lot of love for my wallet, I'll say that much. But anyway, and then we're also on Twitter, YouTube, and guys, get your questions in for Ask the Boys by calling area code 863-874-0000. And Luke, where can everybody follow you?
They can follow me at MySticks35mm. And I forget who your caller was, man, but give me a shout or DM me those photos, and I'll hook you up, buddy.
Oh, yeah. Say, he's got the insight on the Cuban bands
Cuban
there.
Cigar, yep. Just head on over to Instagram, and it's MySticks35mm.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, dude, thank you so much for coming on with us.
Yeah, this has been fun, dude.
Dude, my pleasure, and I mean, I'm excited. I can't believe I've been watching you guys or listening to you guys for a long time, and pretty stoked about being on here. And stay smoky, bros.
We really appreciate the cigars.
Yeah, we do.
You've been more than generous between sending not only these Vismark cigars, but then also, God damn, all right, fine. Right.
We're back
I'm
to
so
fight.
just happy.
We're back to two fighting.
It hurts, dude.
I'm asking you guys to, help you read the instructions. 'Cause,
oh yeah, no, I am.
That's a big tube. That's a big tube.
Yeah, I would say not. In other words, don't put it up your ass.
You motherless fuck.
What have I done?
That hurt. It actually did.
Yeah, it did.
You hit bone. I just went for the fleshy part of your arm. Anyway,
my God, we're children.
All right. Well, no, seriously, man, you've been more than generous with the cigars and Jeff's bidet,
yes,
and everything. And we really appreciate you listening and everything. So, no, seriously, man, thank you so much for taking time out tonight. This was fun.
You're welcome. Thank you guys, and I'll be around. Hopefully when the border clears up, bud.
See you, brother. We'll see you soon. And like I said, you've always got a place to stay at Nick's.
Damn it.
Yeah,
I mean, that goes for all the listeners, but
remember, Nick, breakfast.
That's true.
That's true.
We do have breakfast on the table there. So.
A lot of Canadian bacon, I'm guessing.
Ham.
Be arranged.
All right. Well, cool. Well, guys, this has been another sermon from the Cigar Pulpit. I'm Nick.
I'm Gator.
And I'm Luke, 35mm.
My sticks.
Everybody stay safe. Everybody stay safe and stay smoky.